Hey, what's up? I spend way too much time sitting behind the curtain. But I'm still tweaking the multi-stream setup here. You're gonna get this tweet out. And let's make sure we're good there. But yeah, spend too much time fiddling and instead of just going live. But I'm getting, at least trying to get better at making sure everything's lined up there. So hopefully I guess the people who are going to hang out and lurk are going to hang out and lurk anyway. So let's do it. Stirring the chemicals in the lab. That's right. Yes, living in a van, stirring the chemicals. Like, who knew trying to run 2 streams would be more difficult than trying to run 1 stream? No, I think that was already a known thing. So yeah, we're working through it, I think it's getting easier to do that, so we'll see. But yeah, what's today? Happy Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. It's my stream day, so I'm trying to stick to the schedule. I moved to Thursday last week, but this week we're back on regular schedule, at least, so there's that. And let's see, I guess I shouldn't be checking Discord while I'm on stream, so I will check that afterwards. But yeah, back on the stream, back doing some more open source. I'm gonna try to see if I can contribute. I guess I want to do a couple of things. I want to try to contribute to Ionic today, to try to see if I can get one of the schematics fixed for a use case that I have. And I want to start building, let's see, my music is a little loud in my ear, so let's take that down just a little bit. Contribute to Ionic, and I want to start a new NgRx tutorial app for a video that I'm working on. So I'm about to ship 1 video, hopefully today or tomorrow, but then we'll work on the next one. So because I already at least got some stuff in line for that. So yeah, so let's switch over to here. And what I'm doing with Ionic is the Ionic Angular schematics. You get to sometimes, how does your time split between Narwhal and streaming? Good question. The streaming that I do on Wednesdays is on my own time, so I don't stream for using Narwhal time for that. So this is, where I get to work on other stuff, other like open source stuff or other projects that may not be specific to Narwhal time. Hey Jason, what's up? But yeah, I do stream some on Narwhal time, but those are like NX office hours. I stream during that. So but yeah, this time is personal project, whatever I feel like doing streams. So I was doing a couple of kind of like streaming during Narwhal time, but I'm not doing that at the moment, so we'll see. Hey Jason, how's your Wednesday? How's your week been? It's early Wednesday, so how's your week been? So let's see. Yes, that's right. Did hump day, and it's a short week, so This week is moving by already, and we'll see how the rest of the week shakes out. I am looking at Ionic, the Ionic package. Hey Chris, what's up? How are you? Looking at the Ionic schematics because I ran into an issue where when it was trying to use the, which I can go to the Ionic framework docs. Like if you have an existing Angular app, let's see, is it going to take me to, there we go. If you have an existing Angular app, you can build your first app, but you can also add it to an existing app. So I'm trying to see where that was. Ionic packages. Yeah, I think it's here. This ng-add Ionic Angular, that's what I was looking at, up the schematic for that to allow it to work with situations where you don't have assets in your testing, assets for your test configuration. And the main use case is you generate a new NX workspace. You try to use the Ionic schematics to add the styles and things, and it adds styles to your test target, and those don't work if you don't have an assets folder there, or assets property there. So I think I've already forked the repo, so we'll see if how I haven't read through any of the docs and stuff, so I'm kind of coming in fresh to see how I can contribute, but we'll see how far I get in the time that I have, at least today. So let me make, like I said, I think I forked the project already, and maybe this could be a video on its own of contributing to an Ionic framework that I could upload, so we'll see. Okay, so I have already forked. Let's copy that, and we'll get a new terminal up here. I guess I'll bring that into view there. Projects. Let's see, if I haven't cloned it already, git clone Ionic framework. So I want to clone the repo, go into the folder, and I will open up VS Code. I don't think I need a terminal there for right now. So let's bring this into view. I still gotta, I'm still working on switching between using the Stream Deck and switching scenes versus just having sharing my whole window. So if anybody has any preference or on that, feel free to let me know. Hey Maro, hope I pronounced your name right. Good morning, how are you? Hey, and I'll give you a quick shout out. Thanks for working on the NgRx stuff, or NgRx docs anyway. Let's see, I believe we have a PR out for that. I'll jump around here real quick. Yeah, working on a PR to add types to the book action props. And I think this is for the example app. Book action props interface. Looks like formatting there. Book ID string. Okay. Yeah, we're missing some types on these book actions. So adding some tweaking the store walkthrough and adding some types there, which should help out with people that are trying it new. So yeah, cool. I'm glad you're able to contribute, because I always enjoy new contributors. I don't know if this is your first one or not, but let's see. Yes, even better. First time contributor to the project. Even better for me. So yeah, like I said, we always appreciate the docs, PRs, and all the contributions and everything else. So okay, let's see. Let's go through the README here. Markdown, preview. Ionic framework. Getting started. Contributing. Thanks for interest in contributing. Read our guidelines. Look through the issues with help wanted label. Project is released under contributor code of conduct. You agree to abide by these terms. Ionic conference app. Okay, let's see. Contributing.md. Okay, let's look at the. I'm gonna look at see what help wanted ones are there first to see. Okay, just what I looked through. Help for, let's see, 20 new ones. Bugs. Ion select. Okay, so I hadn't seen this, at least I hadn't seen this particular issue reported that I was having. Schematics. Okay, and let me check the PRs just to make sure there isn't anything open there for the issue that I was looking for. And there's not. Schematics. Okay, no open PRs that at least contain the word schematic, so there's that. Okay, so let's go back to the contributing doc here. Docs, maybe it's under here. Nope. Okay, I just saw it a minute ago. Contributing. Oh, okay, it's in the .github folder. Interesting. I wonder if that pops up if it's the first time that you visit this repo, if that's a special place you can put that. So we'll see. Okay, contributing etiquette, creating an issue, creating a pull request. Okay, I guess I shouldn't be skipping past. I'm doing the user thing. I just skip past all the docs and try to get to the main part of it. Okay, contributing etiquette, please. Contributor code of conduct. If you have a question, please ask in an Ionic forum or Ionic Worldwide Slack. Okay, I'm not creating an issue, so I guess I can skip those couple of parts there. Okay, please. Appreciate you taking time to contribute. Before submitting a pull request, we ask that you please create an issue that explains the bug or feature request. Okay. Looking for an issue to fix. Download LTS or node LTS. Fork, clone. Check the new branch from master, which I believe that could be another, like there's another PR right there. If you want to make a contribute to Ionic, they have switched from master to the main branch, but the contributing docs still say create a new branch from master. So that would be an easy fix for the documentation. Let's see if there's any more in here. Master. Yep, there's one there. Master as the base. So yeah, you could change master to main, and that'd be an easy PR. Relatively easy PR. Navigate to the directory of the package. Install dependencies. You know, I thought about I think about tons of YouTube videos, and one of the ones I was thinking about was like going through some open source projects and seeing, like, basically walking through the contributor process for a project that I want to contribute to, like this one. I think that, or even just like making videos for open source projects that have like documentation that walks you through, but not necessarily a video tutorial. I think those would be good to have in some places for stuff that I've used in the past, or projects like that, or even like I said, NgRx. I'm looking at making a new tutorial video for that one, and it's a little bit for selfish reasons, because some of the tutorials that I see at the top of the list, if you search, are like out of date, or they're like using old material. So I would like to create one and at least have one out there for reference. I thought I had another idea. See, this is what I do. I think about videos and stuff all day long. I thought about another one to where it's kind of like, I don't know if you watch the tech lead videos, but every time I see one of his videos, in the title it says like something as a millionaire, or something to that effect. It's like he had videos like, I'm going to jail as a millionaire, or I'm doing this as a millionaire. How do you write better code like from a millionaire, or something like that. But I was thinking of maybe doing that from like a maintainer perspective, like contributing to contributing to NgRx as a maintainer, or something to that effect. So y'all have to let me know what you think about that, if you think that would be interesting or not. But something else to look at. So let's see. Setup. Okay, I think I went through that part. Hey, Prosty. Excited for football season? Yes. Yes, I am. No, okay, let me rephrase it. I am not a millionaire. I have not made millions of dollars in open source. So let me clarify that. But here, I can show you YouTube. I guess it's gonna show some of my stuff here. Tech lead. So this is the tech lead guy, and as you can see here, the first thing that comes up: crypto's dirty little secret exposed. We need to talk as a millionaire. What I wish I knew at 30 as a millionaire. So you can kind of see, like this one is one I was talking about. I'm so sorry, I'm going to jail as a millionaire. Like he has that in these videos. which seems very like clickbaity, but I at least thought that would be maybe have a nice different spin on that, to different spin on that for a video title anyway. But yes, Prosty, going back to that, I am excited for football season. I think tomorrow night is the first game. I think the Cowboys and the Buccaneers are playing. So I will be posted up in front of the TV, ready to watch that game. But yeah, that guy, tech lead guy, is who I was referring to there. Modifying preview changes, modifying components, no. Documentation, test, screenshot, building changes. NFL's favorite team versus NFL's favorite player. Who's the NFL's favorite team? Are you talking about the Cowboys? And then the favorite player is Tom Brady? Maybe? I don't know if that's what you're talking about, so you have to let me know. Okay, so I guess I do have to open an issue first, before I open the PR. So let's see, new issue. Bug report. Not that I agree with the favorite team. No, I think I have a pretty good idea of who your favorite team is. Pretty good idea there. It's fun and games until the Steelers jackets come out. Okay. Are you a Steelers fan? Where is Josh? I know he would be all over this if talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, because he's like Pittsburgh all the things. Okay, so create a report to help us improve. That doesn't look right. Create a different type. Okay, what do I want to write for a good issue title? Let's say even if you create an issue, you create a pull request, you need to have to create an issue first. So let's see. Ionic, Angular, schematic fails if test target is missing assets. Test target options is missing assets property. I read the contributing guidelines. Yes. Have I read the code of conduct? No. Since I'm recording, well, I'll do the good approach. And a code of conduct, contributors and maintainers. Communications must be constructive. Promise to extend courtesy to anyone. Ionic events, harassment free. If you're being harassed, there's someone to contact. I like these. It's code of conduct. Okay. I have searched for existing issues. Yes, you saw me do that. Ionic framework version 6.x. Okay. Current behavior. Let's see. After creating an NX workspace, running the ng add Ionic Angular command to set up Ionic for the default project fails. This is due to This is due to the test target requiring an assets property. Test target options requiring an assets property. This property is not present in a new NX workspace. Due to it using jest instead of karma. Expected behavior. The schematic completes successfully for projects not using karma or not using an assets property. In the test target options. Okay, steps to reproduce. Okay, let's do that. Let's bring the handy terminal back here. npx create NX workspace at latest ng Ionic NX Ionic preset equals Angular. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Application name, my app, CSS, no. And we'll let that run there for a second. And I can take some of this while that's running and put it in the issue. If I can copy correctly. Okay, stop. Prosty, how do you think the Steelers are going to do this year? Or Jason, how do you think I know what who your team is. How do you think the Falcons are going to do this year? Step 1, create NX workspace. Super Bowl? Really? But they lost to Julio. You think this is going to be the Matt Ryan redemption year where he finally breaks through? Who knows? Okay. Okay, let's see where I'm missing here. Not getting any. Refresh. Let's see, say Super Bowl. I say Super Bowl week 1 of every season. Hey, Kristen, did you tweet about this live? Yes, I did. You'll have to tell me what your handle is on Twitter. But yes, I did tweet about it a few minutes ago. I guess it's been a few minutes ago now. And let's see. I'm going to check one thing real quick because you gave me a good test here to see if I'm getting both messages in the in the overlay here now, but I can't quite tell just yet. Okay, so forgive me for a second. Looks like I am. Okay, cool. I have a wide monitor, and it's split between like OBS taking up a portion of the screen. So it's a little smaller than usual, but cool. Just wanted to make sure, or give me a good test to see if both YouTube and Twitch are collecting messages. Okay, so create Ionic preset Angular. So if I use ng-add Ionic, oops, guess I should put that in the instructions also. NX Ionic. I'll put that in here. CD NX Ionic. ng-add Ionic Angular. We got Ionic 5.7.6, yes. 5.7.0, excuse me. Run schematic to add Ionic. Okay, so we get the warning, and this was the thing that I ran into, the warning and the error. Cannot read property push of undefined. So there's that. Appreciate your contribution in NgRx. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a long ride. I've enjoyed working on the project, and all the people that I've gotten to meet, and people that have contributed to the project also, because not just me. So okay, note the error. Okay, so we'll copy this. Yeah, Christian, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Are you using NgRx now, or are you looking at using it, or where you are in the NgRx life cycle, if you are? Create a new NX workspace. Note the error. Okay, so I guess I can show how to resolve the error also. We bring this back and code. No, I don't want to update. Okay, so here in my Ionic Angular, if I go diving into node modules, schematics, utils, well, actually, I don't even have to do that. I can go into the Angular JSON here and go down to the test target. And if I add an assets property, which actually doesn't exist in this narwhal jest builder, and then I go back to using NgRx, sir. It made me feel like an old man, which I am an old man, but there's that. So So then if I add that assets property and I run NgRx generate Ionic Angular NgAdd, and this is another way if you want to run the NgAdd schematic manually, you can just use it like a regular generator or use like a regular schematic. So I run that again, and now you see that it gets past the error. And if we look at the test target here now, it populates the assets property with the Ionicons for the test target, and it also adds the styles for the application itself. So and then I'm able to use the schematic like I would normally, and it's just installing the rest of the packages and things. So if we look at the diffs here, it just shows adding, and it also adds a couple of extra builders also. So yeah, that's the issue that I'm going to submit a PR for, but I have to file an issue first. So I'm going to be a good open source citizen, try to be a good open source citizen and submit an issue first. One thing that we do in at least in the NgRx repo, is ask if you want to list any other information. I'll put in a PR to fix. Is ask if you want to submit a PR to fix an issue. So there's that. Okay. Okay, so I know that that's there, and I know how to fix it in the schematics. So like I said, the other part of this was to create, other part of the stream that I at least wanted to get started on today was the NgRx tutorial. We'll call it NgRx tutorial 2021 from a maintainer in parentheses. So it'll be that inside joke there, or maybe I shouldn't make it an inside joke, poking fun at the tech lead guy. Okay, so where do I want to start? Okay, so if I go to angular.io, what I want to do is build something that uses the Angular getting started in its completed form. So you get the Angular getting started, and then I can use that as like a reference app to add NgRx to it and build from there, because I think it already has a good solid base. And quick plug, I worked on the Angular getting started example app, so I have a good idea of how it works. But what I want to do is there's a way to, you can get the completed stack blitz, and I don't think this is linked in the current Angular tutorial, but you can get the finished version of it by getting a link from the docs and then tweaking it. So if you go to the ready-made sample project, it has getting started -v0. If you just take the -v0 off, then it will give you the full completed version of the example. Let's see, but what I want to do is, let's see, copy source. Like I said, I want to manage the products, or show an example of loading the products and going to an individual product using NgRx. Hey, thanks for answers about NX Cache on CI. Hey, no problem. Hopefully, I gave you enough direction there on how to, or at least hopefully I answered your question. The question that you were asking, hopefully gave you enough insight there. But if not, just feel free to hit me up if you have any other questions. Okay, so let's see how much of this I can get from downloading the project. Downloads, projects, I think. Okay, we're gonna save that. Okay, let's see if we can open this up here. 1 second here. Let's extract this into a folder. Dang, Linux. Yes, my personal streaming machine is an XPS 13. And I'm going to extract that here. I know Devin from Ionic usually points that out, that like on a Linux machine instead of a Mac. But there's, okay, I always waffle back and forth between Linux and Mac, and so this was my last attempt, not my last attempt, my last time looking at getting a Linux machine, going back to Linux and using it as my personal machine full time. So that's what I've been using. But now I'm about to jump ship. I'm about to jump ship again. How do you maintain productivity? Different key maps. Yes, I admittedly don't have a lot of customization in my setup. So as long as I can like map the control, like map like the control key, map the keyboard layout to be the same to where the control is to the left of the space bar. That's it's about as much customization as I have. So, but yeah, that's part of the reason I want to go back to using a Mac on my personal laptop also, is because I will get I'll get more consistency between the two setups anyway. So, but yes, I don't have a ton of custom setups, but that is one thing that I run into between switching. Getting started, NgRx. And these dependencies, it's my main purpose for trying to learn Vim, but I gave up. Hey, I'm right there with you. I came across a thing the other day called Vim for VS Code. That I haven't bought this myself, so I can't like speak to whether it's good or not. I came across it on Twitter the other day, and I think Victor mentioned this also, that there's a Vim for VS Code extension or something like that. but this is a tutorial that helps you use Vim inside of VS Code. And that child, I already know you don't use VS Code, so maybe this doesn't apply to you anyway. But this was one thing that I did find. That maybe it could help me start learning Vim and use that inside of VS Code. So, but I haven't, like I said, haven't bought it yet because we're somewhere to purchase a thing on here. Start. I think the course was like $20, so not a big investment there. Okay, there's the buy now button. Not a big investment there, so decent enough. Okay, why are these dependencies out of date? We got Angular 11 CLI with Angular 12 packages here. So let's see, I'm gonna do the ng update thing here. I can't remember if it's Angular CLI first or core first, but I think it's CLI first. Ng update, oh. Okay, yarn. Run yarn, so it'll create me a log file anyway. And like I said, I'm going through this, and then I'm gonna have to. The hardest part about doing a video, at least that I learned, is that you have to go a lot slower. If you have to go a lot slower because it helps your editing, I think, at least for me. Where are you at in your stream today? Yeah, I started out with working on a PR, or I was looking through the Ionic docs because I want to open a PR there to fix an issue that will help NX workspaces. So that was the first part. That was the first part of it. I have gotten something done, at least in this time. But yes, this was like the second half of the stream where I'm actually working on the NgRx part. But yeah, the Ionic part was when you run ng add Ionic Angular, it fails on NX workspaces because there's no assets property in the NX test target. Super excited to try out React Native. Oh, really? I'm still a React noob, and so therefore a React Native noob also, but that may be something fun to try out. I'm all about the Ionic and capacitor these days, so I don't have much experience with React Native, but I'm glad we have it as a first party package now, so that's cool. Okay, so looks like it updated everything. Getting it. Yes. Is it true that arrays stored in an object is faster? And Jason came with the question. Interested to know anyone's thoughts on using a framework like React Native versus doing native iOS development. I'll take the first one, and then maybe somebody else can chime in on the second one. Storing arrays in an object is faster if you're looking to find a specific one in the array. Yes. And the reason why is because you're not having to loop through the entire array every time to find a particular record. If it's in an object, then you can just use the ID as the key and get that particular record. And the more technical answer would be something big O notation. You're doing O of what, 1 instead of O of N, I guess. That sounded like an answer because I'm not that familiar with it, but yes, if you put them in an object with IDs, you'll be able to look up 1 faster than having to work against the size of the collection. Maps trademark. There you go. I did have and it wasn't an issue, but a thing I ran into that I didn't know which one was actually faster, and that was whether using a plain array to try to find the difference between 2 arrays was faster, or using 2 sets to try to find the difference between the 2 arrays, which one would be faster in that case. So yeah, no problem. Hopefully that was a decent enough answer. And that's why we use objects in NgRx to find entities, because it's a lot faster to store them in the object with the IDs. What depends on if the arrays are sorted. Yes, but then if you're only doing if you're finding one at the top, then it's going to be quick. But if you're finding one at the bottom, then you still got to cycle through the whole array. So as opposed to always being able to just pluck the 1. How would you list affected projects that do not have cached task runs? I thought about creating a custom task runner. It seemed easiest access to cache.get.task. How do you list affected project that do not have cached task runs? I don't know the answer to that question offhand, but I will check and see if there's a way to do that programmatically. But yes, writing your own custom task runner is definitely the way to go. Might be interesting to see NgRx entity with drag drop use case where one would reorder the list. Yes, that would be interesting. And I'm going to note that down. Now you all are just feeding me ideas, which is great. Feeding me ideas for content, which is how it's supposed to be, I think. You build stuff and then people give you ideas, and you build more stuff and you share it and people give you ideas. Try taking a stab at the mobile development question. Yeah, that would help out. Okay, so I got the packages updated here. So now let's add NgRx. I guess I can make sure the app is running. I need to do that on a different port. Now I'm up to like three apps running. I got the Twitch overlay, the other half of the dashboard of the YouTube overlay, and now I'm running an Angular app. Localhost 4202. Oh, is it still building? Okay. Still building because I got a lot of stuff running, I guess. Depends on the requirements. Do you need to support different platforms than just iOS? Yeah. If it's just iOS, then start looking at your team strength. Have anyone with Objective-C or Swift experience? Have to consider hiring one. Okay, so it looks like the app is running. So that's good there. Okay, so realistic scenario. We have a list of bank accounts that a user can drag and drop to preserve order of the list for the future. Okay. Okay, so the app is serving correctly, so I'll run ng add NgRx store. And this app does not have any linting at all, so yes. Flutter is also an option to look into if cross-platform is a requirement. Also true. Okay, ng add NgRx effects. Yes. I wish I could ng add multiple packages at the same time, but that will maybe be a little chaotic. And ng add NgRx store DevTools, and I'm running these I'm running them separately because that's how I plan to use it in the video, is to use ng add instead of so that way. Well, in the video, I think I'm going to walk through these manually, so I guess I could have done these either way. Store effects and NgRx entity. Do not have anyone with Objective-C or Swift experience, although we could hire somebody. Yeah. Okay, so have at least a core set of packages installed. So let's look through the app here. We got the product list, and I think, pretty sure unless something has changed, the products is just like an inline list of products. So yeah, let's start. I'm going to start with the products, listing the products and putting that into the store, and then we'll see how far we get from there. And I'm not going to use schematics or anything. I'm going to walk through it manually if I was starting fresh. And what I'll do is create a shared folder. And since everything is, it's just a regular Angular CLI app, so shared state. And inside of here, I want to create some actions for what are the courses you've done when you started when you're starting programming? I mean, online courses. Who are your mentors, if any? I started programming. Well, I started learning how to program in high school. And then on in college, I've taken college courses for programming in addition to like all my other courses that I went when I was going through college. So I don't, at least if you're talking about like the boot camp experience, I don't have a point of reference there, but the boot camps that I've seen or that I've heard of definitely give you a lot of focused things to do these days that help you kind of learn quickly and get up and running quickly. So, but I don't currently have a mentor at the moment. But that's something I've been at least trying to look into doing. So, because I think it would help. But yeah, whenever I start trying to learn something new, I usually go down the YouTube rabbit hole and tutorials and things like that to try to get up and running and try to get enough to build something with it. And I like to use a frame, like I use something that I know to build something that I don't know, if that makes sense. So if I'm trying to learn React, I will take something, and I'm going to do this like at some point, is use Angular, use something that I've built in Angular and build that in React to try to get a feel for what the differences are, or some React framework or something like that. So let's see. We got some. I guess I don't. Is it a bad look to be checking Twitter while you're on stream? I guess not. Okay, so shared states. Let's look at the product list page, and we have the list of products. We have when you share or when you notify that products go on sale. So we have an event to when you enter the page, and then 2 events when you share and notify. So let's start with like that cycle of entering the page, loading products, entering the page and loading products, and then that'll probably be enough time what I have for today. So I start with shared state, and I want to use products.actions.ts. And in here, I want to create the actions for entering the page and handling the products being loaded successfully or unsuccessfully. So I'm going to import create action from NgRx store. If I can type, and export constant. I'm going to use enter for this, and I didn't mean to import that. This is the part about editing, is you want it to be clean, so you have to go back and edit some of these things or retype them so that it comes out good. But products page is going to be enter when you first enter there, and then I'm going to need some actions for products loaded success, and part of this is also me typing on stream. So products API, products loaded success. So I guess you can call this a sneak peek at the video. Products loaded failure. Okay, so got 3 actions there. Okay, so let's see. Next, I got my products list component. Next, we want to create, and you may have seen examples. I can talk about this also. You may have seen examples that use like load products, something more command based. Load products. And I don't recommend this because what if you're doing like more than one thing on the page? What if you're loading products and categories? Then you wouldn't have load products and then load categories also. you want to have like one singular event that means like you're entering the page. So then you can use that to trigger more things from there. So next, I'm not going to create a new folder. Next, I'm going to create products reducer .ts. And we're going to use this without entity first. So I'm going to export interface. Product state and items. Let's just be an array of items. Initial states should enter, trigger, load products, and load categories and effects. Yes, it should. And that's more specifically why I would do it that way, because now you're saying for, you know, for some number of things that this action could trigger. So I added the product state and the initial state, and now I want to create the reducer that's going to handle the actions. So I could use create reducer and add the on handler and enter. Splashly, what's up? How are you? Yes, you finally made it. So on enter, let's create reducer. I am trying to work on a new. Okay, so I don't need anything for on enter, because that's just going to be a pass through. But I will use on enter because I'm not doing actual side effects there. Ban. Okay, let's see. I missed that one. It's a bot. Okay, thank you for that. What do you do from there? Have an effect fire off separate actions, have an effect call multiple API endpoints. Yes. Yes, so you dispatch the enter action, and then you have two effects that are listening for those two, let's say, products and categories, for example. So those two things finish their life cycle and load the products. In this case, we're just dealing with one thing, but items, products. So we'll start with that. And we won't go through the effects lifecycle yet. And then we have select products. The behind NgRx is a behavior subject. So this will be any good libraries for managing loading status for many entities. Right, you don't need to fire off the other actions, load categories, and products. Right, because you have one event that will tell you that you need to do both of those things. So create feature selector, and it's going to be products. And I'm going to use the products state. And then select all. This should be product state. It'll be the top level. Select all products. Create selector, select product state. And this will be state state.items. Okay, so I think that's enough to go with, at least for this video. Yeah, Splashly has some good streams also. Let me see if this will work. I haven't tested this, so we'll see. And I can't remember if I include the name or not there. There you go. And that seemed to work. She always gives me a shout out on her stream, so it's only fitting that I return the shout out there. Okay, so we have enough for products and enough for the reducer. So next I'm going to go into the app module, and the store is already set up because I used NgAdd. I need to make this empty object out of here for the schematics. So we're gonna name this one products and use the products reducer there. And of course you're gonna have more of these, so I could name this import star as from products, but we're keeping it simple. Shopify has internships opened again, so you're gonna apply. Hey, that's cool. That would be that'd be pretty cool to do. So best wishes on that. Okay, we got something coming through. MT Pulse, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. Would it be enter, switch map, load products categories in a single effect? It'll be two different effects, and I will get into that probably on the next stream. The next stream where I talk about effects, because I won't have time to get into it today because I only got a few more minutes left. But this will be like products page, products, like the bare minimum what you need to set up a piece of state. So products reducer, and then if I come in here, I want to use a constructor and add the store. So I'll inject the store service and use ng on init, and set this .store.dispatch, and I'll use just the enter. And I may clean this up some with the imports and things, but we'll keep it simple for now. It's not a good idea to return this array of actions from a single effect. Yeah, it should be one action in, one action out. Now, of course, there are always exceptions to the rule, so I'll say that, but yes, in general, one action in, one action out. And products will be this .store.select, select all products. And we're going to change that to observable and throw the async pipe on here. The next one, I usually stream at this time on Wednesdays. So around 7:30 Central Time, barring there isn't something else going on. So, and I'll try to schedule it next time. I'm doing the whole multi-stream thing, and it seems not to like I will schedule it next time, and then I'll work out the kinks on the YouTube side for the multi-stream, because I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube because I'm not in the affiliate program, so I can stream at the same time. And I've wired in my overlay to take in chat messages from both. So a nice, fun project there to do also. But you can't really tell what the difference is in between the two projects. So, or in between. Subbed on YouTube. Hey, appreciate that. We'll see if it comes through here, because I think I have it wired up for subs also, but I don't know what the delay is as far as YouTube goes. So we'll see if it comes through. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna open up the DevTools here, and we'll look at we can see that the application is still running the same way it was before, but now we're loading the data from the store on the products page, enter, and we can see what the state looked like before that. So products was empty, products page, enter, items came through. Let's see if okay, so we even got time traveling debugging working there. So products are no longer there, interactions, products are there. So that would be how you can add add NgRx to the example app, at least the first part of it, to load products from the store instead of just well, I'm still using like the in-memory data, and we'll add a good API on top of that. But that's at least a good start. So you at least get an idea for dispatching and selecting from the store, and like the minimum that you would need to do that. I'm just loading them instantly here, or loading them eagerly. So there's that. Yeah, okay. So I think that is at least a good stopping point for today. Like I said, this is gonna turn into a video at some point, and I'm gonna kind of, like I said, walk through this, and I'm gonna if you didn't catch it earlier, this is me doing the video is gonna have maybe have in parentheses as a maintainer, because I'm playing off the tech lead thing. Not that I want to be clickbaity, but it's a fun exercise. So yeah, let's we'll call the stream there, because I do have to get some work done. So let's switch back over to this one. Thanks everyone for hanging out on the stream. Like I said, try to stream on Wednesdays at around this time, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Yeah, you have a good day too, and hopefully I will see you on stream later. So let's see if we can find someone to raid. Where are we? Let's see who's online. So everybody hold tight for a second. And hopefully I have this on mute. And I do not. Oh, now it's on mute. Okay. So White Panther is still streaming. And Self Teach Me is streaming, animating with framer motion. That's cool. Oh, here we go. I got ads. All right, let's switch back over so we can see. So we'll give her a raid here once the ad is over. And then we'll call it from there. Raid Self Teach Me. And be a good Twitch citizen there, even though I'm multi-streaming. So I think that will do it. Let's switch back to here. We got 1 second left. Thanks everyone for coming through, and I will see you all next time.